PrimeXBT is the most powerful trading platform offering immediate access to over 30 assets. Trade cryptocurrencies, Forex, commodities, stock indices, and much more, all from a single Bitcoin settled account. Visit the link below and start trading on PrimeXBT in minutes.
Bistro is a decentralized peer-to-peer food marketplace that makes ordering food more convenient and rewarding for both providers and customers. Learn more at theburbness.com/bistro. The Change DeFi app allows you to become your own digital bank with automated financial services that give you complete control over your wealth while enjoying 100% freedom and security. Sign up today at theburbness.com/change. Join over 10 million users trading on Crypto.com, the world's fastest and most secure crypto trading platform. Earn up to $50 of CRO with the code CryptoBurb when staking at theburbness.com/cryptocom. Eureka helps creators protect, manage, and monetize their work with the power of blockchain. Secure your rights and your revenue at theburbness.com/Eureka. Shop, pay, and store up to 30 different currencies using the Zen app and Zen Shopping MasterCard. Try it now at theburbness.com/Zen.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to today's live stream. So this is a really this is a private webinar which we do on a daily basis inside the Burbness. But I decided to do today's webinar. I will be doing live on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube and you're not a member of the Burbness, definitely check it out if you're interested. If you like the stuff that I'm going to show you today, you can go to theburbness.com/free trial and try out the community for 7 days free if you're interested. So today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin. It's a quick update on Bitcoin. We're going to see what the altcoin market is doing, but mainly today is going to be about Forex, because that's what I'm trading most actively at this point. By the way, guys, hit that like button. Would be very much appreciated if you do. Right. So today we had a wick below that for the actually the low of that wick is below 40. So below 40. Yeah. The low of that wick is 39,558. Right. Yeah, we'll take a look at Atom in a minute when we go over altcoin. But first, I just want to look at Bitcoin here. So a daily wick above, nothing really to worry about. I still think we could very well see a bounce from here. We just need to see that reclaim of the 42.5, 42.4K region for that move up to the 45K area. Obviously not looking strong at this point. We're obviously in a low time frame range here, with the range lows being 40.7 and range highs being around 42.4 or 42.5. A reclaim of range highs, and we probably come up and test the range lows of the previous range, which is around 45K. But right now for Bitcoin, it's nothing I'm looking to trade on Bitcoin. I'm adding an alert here at 40.5K, and I have one alert above at around 43K. So anything below those two price levels, I'm not really too interested in that. So that's Bitcoin. Not really going to do any more analysis on Bitcoin, honestly, because that's basically it, right? That's basically it. So looking at altcoins, I want to look at the altcoin alt-perp index. It's obviously looking looks like shit. It's breaking down, looks rather bad. We're definitely in a bearish market structure. Looking at that, we're going to look at Ethereum. What's Ethereum doing? Well, breaking down quite heavily. Obviously, following Bitcoin, very, very strong correlation with Bitcoin on this move to the downside. And I'm not really seeing much of interest on Ethereum as well, or either, I should say. when it comes to Ethereum, I mean the obvious move for Ethereum would be a reclaim of this level right here, which is the area around 3,200, 3,300. So around 3.250 for Ethereum, and if that happens, I am looking for a move up to let's say 3.6, right? 3.6. So a potential 10% move to the upside, and that would probably happen at the same time as Bitcoin does this move. So we're talking about a potential 6% move on Bitcoin to the upside, and that would be a 10% move on Ethereum. So it's basically, for me, that would be how the way I would trade that would be like I have to take a decision. Would I be would I be going long on Bitcoin? Would I be going on Ethereum or any other altcoins? In this case, it would definitely be altcoins, because I do think that the risk to reward, I mean, this would be the setup. I mean, the setup would be on Bitcoin, right? This would be the setup on Bitcoin. But the question is, will you trade it on Bitcoin or will you trade it on altcoins? Because altcoin will obviously follow. So my answer to that is you should probably trade it on altcoins, because that's where the risk to reward is probably going to be better. So Ethereum is definitely one of those coins where we might want to be trading that move. So I'm going to put some alerts here on Ethereum. We're going to be looking at Link, because Link is actually very choppy, very weird price action for Link here. It's very hard for me to trade this. I need very clean and clear levels to trade, which I'm not really seeing on Ethereum. So I mean Link. So I'm not really sure how to trade this, but I'm putting some alerts here because it kind of looks like Ethereum Link wants to move higher. The target of this move, which I'm looking to trade, I'm just not sure how to trade it. Target for this move would be around the 33 area. So up here. So we're talking about a potential 20% move on Link. I'm just not really sure. I'm just waiting for an entry trigger on this. I'm just not really sure where or how I would enter this, but it's definitely interesting, right? So that's Link, and we're gonna look at Atom as well, and we're gonna look at Luna as well. So let's look at Atom first, see what we are seeing here. So if it's not below the daily 20 and the daily 50 MA, chances are that I'm not interested. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. So this is what we're looking at on Atom. We need to see a reclaim of the $38 area for Atom. This is the same chart and the same price action and same everything that we looked at yesterday. So basically what I need to see is for a 4-hour trend to develop above 38K. So we need to see a move like this perhaps, and I would then go long somewhere around this area. But it needs to be clean and clear. No shopping around. This is a very nice bounce where you have the stochastics RSI on the 4-hour below 30, get a nice 4-hour bullish engulfing. Ignore the moving averages here. Just that type of price action is just perfect. So that's what I'd like to see, but above 38K. So Link and Atom definitely interesting. Near is, so what's happening on Near here is, well, I don't know, not interested in Near. Moving that down. FTM, yeah, that was a great shorting opportunity, but the fact that it was above the daily 20 and 50 MA didn't really, I obviously can't short that. So it's just a waiting game. Now we have Luna, right? Luna. So without looking at the chart, I'd say yes, it can. But is it probable? Well, like, let's look at that. Is it Filecoin? Is it that one? 32? Probably not. Look. No. This is yeah, you're pretty much fucked if you're in this. Sorry about that, but it's this is not something that I'm looking to trade. This is weakness. This is definition of weakness. You don't want to long this. So let's look at Luna. Let's go back to Luna. The bearish rejection at the 4-hour 20 EMA with the stochastic horizontal bear cross above 70 is definitely worrisome for Luna, because it's also complement with the daily 50 EMA. It looks like Luna have definitely broken the uptrend here, right? But then if you look at the daily structure, it's still somewhat intact, but it needs to reclaim this level, right? So it's still somewhat intact, the bull trend, but I mean it's not looking pretty, right? It's not looking pretty. Look at that reaction right there, rejection at the trend line, daily 50 EMA, 4-hour 20 EMA, stochastic RSI is confirming that this would have been a great short setup. So I would wait. I would wait until the $80 area gets reclaimed for Luna before looking for longs, because I am just not really seeing anything here. Right, so let's look at YFI. Nothing interesting here. Kava, nothing interesting. Matic, nothing interesting in terms of longs. Definitely very bearish here. We got one. Yeah, so altcoin market is just not. I'm just not ready to enter any swing positions at all on any alts at this point. I'm watching Link, Atom, and perhaps Ethereum, but that's it. Let's add Ethereum here as well. So I really only have 3 altcoins, which is on the first list here, which is obviously not good. Algo. Let's look at Algo. Yeah, this is looking very bad as well. So yeah, I'm not interested in Algo at all. I'm not even going to add that to the list right here. So let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's see what we got on Bitcoin right here. Nothing very interesting right here. So yeah, I guess it's time for the Forex market right now. So let's look at one trade that I posted earlier today, which got stopped out a couple of hours ago, unfortunately, but I do still think there's some upside potential here on oil. So I'm definitely still watching this. I have the set up on the chart yet because I haven't really journaled this, and this reminds me that I have to put that into my to-do list today. I'll write journal oil trade. Just need to journal that and take some notes. Right, so what do we have in the Forex market? What about Rune? Well, all right. What specific news are you referring to? What specific news are you referring to? Let's see, what day is it? It's the 10th. So yeah, let's take a one last look here. Let's look at Rune. Yeah, clear downtrend. Not interested in going long on this. Right. So yeah, oil. Still have my alerts here for oil. Looking to go long on this. I just need to see some confirmation. I don't think. No, I think that's on the 12th, right? So you have the that's on the 12th, not tomorrow. That's on Wednesday. Pretty sure that's on Wednesday. So we got Euro GBP. What am I looking at in terms of Euro GBP? I did I kind of really want to short this, because it's in such a nice downtrend, and I really I got the TP level below here at these lows, and it kind of feels like it wants to fill that area. So what I want to see here is you have a range here, right? So you have some type of range going on. So you have a range within a downtrend, right? So you have a range within a downtrend, and we're gonna put on the 1-hour moving averages, and trend is definitely bearish here inside this range, whatever you want to call it. And you have a 1-hour bearish candle with a 1-hour stochastic bear cross here So definitely making a case for a short. Now, looking at the 4-hour, I don't like the fact that they have a bull cross. Stochastics isn't really giving a good direction, and it's definitely not bearish here on stochastics on the 4-hour. But there is a great confluence here with the range EQ and the 4-hour 20 EMA. So I'm thinking, if we're anticipating price to move lower to that last support area, we might want to be open up a swing trading position here, swing position, right? Because you can kind of see here that it's definitely trading at a high time frame support here. So I don't want I don't want to see price. The price is most likely going to bounce heavily shortly. I mean, it's a very strong support area, and it's probably going to hold. But then looking at the local trend, there might be some more room to the downside to kind of fill this support area right here. And that low kind of makes sense from a take profit perspective. And we can also zoom in and look at these levels right here. So do we have any other levels? You can kind of see here that right now we're trading right here. We're trading around this area. So for me, it kind of makes sense that if this level fails to hold as support, the next logical support would be that level below, and that kind of lines up with the overall structure. And that's probably what will happen if Euro GBP breaks the range to the downside. So the question is, would we want to short this here for I don't know, probably safest option for a swing trade would be to have the stops above the range highs and above these wicks right here. So what would be the pips on that stop loss? Well, 27. It's not too bad. And I'm thinking this actually kind of makes sense. What's worrying me here is that this is definitely not a perfect example of my system, right? So I'm a little bit hesitant here because it's not a perfect example of my system. But let's keep that on the watch list. We got oil, Euro GBP. We have, let's see, what else do we have here? We got CAD JPY. I got to be very careful because I will definitely take that into consideration in the coming days. So I will not, for example, I will not trade. I will not trade the pairs paired with the USD around the time of the news release, which is going to be at 13:30 UTC. So I'm not going to be trading any USD pairs around 30 minutes before or after that news event. I might want to be trading that event depending on what price action does, 30 minutes after the event if I see any setups. But I'm gonna secure the positions and that kind of stuff. So I definitely got my eyes on the news because that's going to be it's going to be a lot of added volatility, which means most likely what happens is my stops is going to be taken out if I enter anywhere close to the news event. All right, CAD JPY is not I don't know, but I have it on the list. I'm just waiting for something to happen. Let's put some alerts here. And some alerts back down here. We got GBP AUD. Now this is very interesting because it had a Right, so this might be a trade, right? So reclaiming the weekly open. You saw that, we opened right here, had a dip, and then saw a nice rally to reclaim the weekly open right here, and it's in a great uptrend. And also check this out. This is this is the high, and the high is actually the weekly open, and we're reclaiming that level right now. So this seems like it wants to continue higher, but how high? Well, the logical level for profit target would be here, right? So now let's look at the 1 hour, and we're gonna zoom in on that area to see if we can find anything interesting going on here. If this level kind of aligns, and I would probably put TP for a trade like this. I would probably TP somewhere around this level right here. So we go back and we see, is there a decent risk to reward with entering around this area with stops below here? And I think there's definitely something going on here. We got a 1.73R trade. Definitely interesting. I do like this. Now, the best thing to do, and I'm feeling a bit of FOMO here. Like really, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of FOMO here. So the best thing to do would be to ignore this feeling and wait for a break and retest, right? Wait for this to happen, right? And then go long with added some added confluences, right? And added confirmation. That would be probably the best thing to do, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because I am, I don't know. So moving that up to below oil, so very interesting trade to take. Also, I'm going to be adding the 1 hour moving averages, and they are looking fantastic right here. So this is definitely a possible trade that I'm going to take maybe today. So we got CAD JPY, done with that one. We got GBP CHF, which, I mean, GBP is strong, very strong. I'm just looking for a retrace here. The last entry was here, and we haven't really got that yet. So I'm just looking for an entry, and a retrace on GBP CHF. GBP JPY, not ready to long this just yet. GBP USD as no. GBP NCD, nothing here. Got NCD USD. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to scan the markets, and I'm trying to compile a list of potential setups, right? By moving them further up the list, basically. All right, so we got USD JPY. I like the fact that it's bouncing up the monthly open, but I really need price to be above the 4 hour moving averages, like the 4 hour 20 EMA and the 4 hour 50 EMA. And we're not really seeing that, so I'm moving that down in the list. So last but not least, we have silver. And I'm not really sure what to think of silver here. I'm going to move that down. Right, so now let's go through the list once again. Is oil promising for long? Yes, it is. Even though that I got stopped out a couple hours ago, I'm still interested in going long on oil. GBP AUD, very interested. Euro GBP, a possible short. And that kind of lines up with the idea of going long GBP AUD as well. NCD USD, possible short. CAD JPY, not interested. GBP CHF, waiting for a retrace. GBP JPY, not really interested. GBP USD, maybe. And GBP NCD, well, not sure. So what we have right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs. Right, so these are the ones I'm going to be focusing on, most likely in the next few days. And then, of course, we have the news coming out the 12th on Wednesday. So that's probably going to move around the markets and move sentiments a little bit, and maybe shift some trends. So I'll have to do a new scan at the news release to see if we have anything, any new story going on in the markets, right? All right, so I got different trading strategy, but I'm really liking your how you categorize, I think, day versus swing trades. Let me Let me, if you can rephrase that and be a little bit more specific on what you mean, I'll gladly help you out and answer that question. What type of difference do you mean when it comes to day trades and swing trades? All right, so let's try to make something out of this, right? So it's very, if you've been following me for a while, you should know the basics of my system, right? So the basics of my system is, you have market structure and horizontal levels, right? So we can quickly just do some drawings right here, right? So you get market structure. This is the first thing, right? So let's say you have a downtrend going here, right? So this is a downtrend with lower lows and lower highs, right? I look at this and I say, I want to short this. Right? I want to short this. Where do I want to short? Well, I obviously want to short the next high. This is a lower high. I want to short the next lower high. So you see price coming up, but it's not hitting any resistance. It's not getting rejected. It just keeps on moving up, and it starts moving down, and it starts moving like this, right? So the idea to short this is now invalidated, right? Because instead of having, lower lows and lower highs, you're now seeing a higher high and a high low. So this is now a break in market structure. You're going from a downtrend to a possible uptrend. So what you want to do right now is you want to start looking for longs. So let's say that the price continues up like this and then starts moving down, right? And that's where I will start getting interested, because you obviously also have some type of horizontal level right here, right? So you're coming down and you're hitting this horizontal level, and that's going to be your support area where you want to go long. By the way, guys, if you like when I'm describing my trading setup and giving you guys some tips and tricks from my own trading, hit that like button. It's going to be very much appreciated. Anyway, so what I do then is I have my horizontal levels. I have the market structure. I add, let's say, the weekly open and the monthly open. You'll see here that weekly open might be here, but monthly open is here, right? So monthly open. I am terrible at writing with the mouse, but this is an M. That's an O. That's a monthly open, right? And then you have moving averages. So you have perhaps a daily 50 EMA going like this, right? So this is what we call confluence, right? And then you have the reload zone. So you put the fibs on from the low to the high. And what do you have here? Well, you have the reload zone right here, the area between the 0.618 and the 6786. So that's the reload zone. It's a perfect confluence, right? Perfect confluence. And this is where you go. You want to wait for confirmation. And a good confirmation would be like a 4-hour bullish engulfing with a 4-hour stochastic pull across below 30. That's where I go long, right? I go long here, stops below the bottom or perhaps the monthly open, and I take profit at the weekly open or the highs, right? And that would be like a 2-hour trade. So that's my system. That's basically everything I do. So that's the only thing I look for. That's the only thing I look for, right? Now you look at the oil, and what do you see? Well, you see exactly that type of scenario with higher, lower highs and lower lows. You got low, moving up, rejection, higher low, in and now above the daily moving averages, the 4-hour moving averages. You got the monthly open, the weekly open, and you're kind of seeing a uptrend going here. So the idea here. So last week I went long here. Last week we went long here, and I think I sold here. I think. And now we're just repeating that idea with going long on a retest of the 20 EMA in a 4-hour and selling at highs confluent with previous price actions. It's pretty much the same thing, and you can also see the stochastics in the oversold. Now this trade got stopped out, and that's just how it is. That's just how it is. That's trading. Sometimes you're just gonna get stopped out. Oil is dumping, which means your GBP are probably gonna be moving down as well. Man, I really do like this. I really, really, really do like this. All right, so oil, not ready to long, but definitely sometime, probably tomorrow, ready to long this. All right, the GBP AUD. Do I want to long this? I kind of do. So 4-hour stochastics giving us a bull cross with a strong 4-hour bullish engulfing. You look at the 1 hour, you have a 1 hour moving average moving very nicely. You have the bottom right here on the 1 hour 20 EMA and the 50 EMA right here, and it kind of looks like price now wants to trade higher. You have a very wide stop loss. I mean, it's the 80 pip stop loss for a 130 pips that's move to the upside. Very, very wide stop loss, but this is a swing trade, and I don't like taking a lot of risk, right? So it's a very, very wide stop loss. So I'm probably going to go long on this if we get above 1.89. So I trade oil on Oanda and Prime XBT, right? So Prime XBT you can trade using crypto, but I also trade on Oanda. And right now I'm in the process of getting a funded account as well, so I'm trading oil on there as well. Yeah, so let's just add an alert right here. Just add one quick little alert right here. I will most likely go long. And like if this one kind of closes above, yeah, I'll probably go long. So that's an alert. Euro GBP, what's happening here? Yeah, and then we have GBP AUD. That's the setup on GBP AUD. This is the setup on oil. Euro GBP, that's the short setup, and then NCD USD. We need to make a setup here as well. So I'm thinking, if you look at the 1 hour, you should probably test these areas up here. So if I want to short this, I would probably want to short somewhere in this area where you have this level right here. So I'd probably put in blind orders right here. Stops would be above this area. Now let's look for a profit area on this one. Let's see. So it would probably be the -236, which is confluent with these lows right here. Right here. That would be the TP, which would be around 2R, 2.1R, so around 2R. That would be my TP. 90, well, let's do 1.6. So that would be the trade on NCD USD. Kind of makes sense. I like that. The only thing here is that, we kind of, I don't know, but that's going to be the setup, and I'll monitor this. So we got setups on oil, GBP AD, Euro CAD, Euro GBP, NZD, USD, and then we have GBP CHF. No setup on this, no setup on this, so can't really. I'm just going to wait for a retrace to wait for a setup. GBP USD. So what would be the setup here? I'm just adding setups on chart, and it doesn't mean I'm going to trade them. I just want to know what I'm thinking. I kind of want to plan what to do if confirmed. So I'm going to be very conservative with the TP here, but this is just in case we break above. If we have a significant breakout, well, you know what? It's actually reclaimed the 200 EMA right here on the daily as well. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking this would be a good TP if it makes sense according to risk to reward. So you look at the daily here, and you see that you have the daily 200 EMA is confluent with the monthly open. So you should probably have your stop loss below the monthly open. So if we go long here, we take profit here. We want to make sure that probably around this area, so 1.65. That would probably be a decent trade. Now, see if this makes sense. It kind of does. I do like that. Yeah, that does make sense. Trend is very much alive. Daily 20 is about to cross the daily 50. The problem here is that I'm looking at 2 long trades on GBP, so I'm only going to be entering 1 long trade on GBP. The question is, will it be GBP USD or GBP AUD? Definitely GBP AUD, because it looks much stronger than GBP USD. Much stronger. However, this is a nice trend. It's trending nicely, and it looks like it wants to trade higher. But I think the best trade for this one would be the break and retest weekly open, or at least the reclaim of the weekly open. So that's it. That's the setup that we are looking at right now. The one where I will, the one closest to entry is GBP AUD. Right, this one might enter in the next within 10 minutes. So I'm going to start calculating my position size on the GBP AUD. Not sure about the Euro GBP because it's holding that level quite nicely. NCD USD breaking lower. Man, not really sure what to do, but I'll start calculating the position size on Euro AUD. So I'm ready if I get confirmation. GBP AUD. $190. Yeah, all right. So that would be market entry. Spread is 3.8. So I'm probably not going to do a market entry, but I'll use the current market price. You know, I don't think I need this wide stop loss, but why I want this stop loss because I'm probably going to keep this trade open overnight. So I don't want to, like, this could be a very profitable trade if I had a stop loss like this, which is very possible, but I'm not going to be able to manage that because I'm probably going to be sleeping. So I'll just increase the stop loss instead. All right, stop loss and TP. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll help you out. Why is it? All right, so it's long. All right, TP. Okay, so that's stop loss level. But why does it say short? Because I'm on the wrong pair. I'm trying to calculate a position on the wrong pair. That's a little bit embarrassing. All right, stop loss and take profit. That's better. 0.5. Right, good. 1.73. Yeah, so I think it's now very close to closing that 1 hour candle above that level, which would be a changing market structure. I mean, it would be a changing behavior, and of course, you might see. You might of course see fake outs like this one, but the difference between this fake out and this bounce is the fact that you have a bounce very close to the 20 EMA on the 4 hour. Right, so alert goes off on GBP AUD. This is where I want to look for an entry. So if I really want to, so time is it's 9 in the evening. I really want to be in bed before 11 because I'm getting up at around 5, so I really need to get some sleep. So 9, it's 2 hours. 2 hours. A lot of shit can happen in 2 hours. I'm not going to be able to. So I'm thinking I might want to take a risk here and trade this based on the the lower time frames to get a tight entry as possible. So we're looking at the 15 minute, and we're looking at the trends here on the 15 minute. And then if we do that, we this would be the level where we want to have our stops below. And that also kind of aligns with the bottom of that move. So price shouldn't really come lower if we are bullish. So that's probably what we're looking at. Now, if I use that as my stop loss level, we're looking at a much more profitable trade. And honestly, I think that kind of makes sense. That actually makes sense. Yeah, that's going to be the trade. Now let's just wait for price to close this 1 hour candle and do something. Usually 1 hour, that's a very nice rejection at that level. Now, if this 1 hour candle can close as a bearish candle, well, that's actually a pretty strong wick right there. A lot of selling pressure right here. If this could close as a bearish candle, I would probably be taking this trade like that for a 2.8, so much more profitable, obviously. So that's what we're looking at. If you to calculate position sizes, you have a couple of good position sizes. This one is great. You have on baby pips. You have one. I'll link that in the comments. And then you also have the economic calendar. No, that's not a position size calculator. What the fuck? Yeah, this one. This one is great from my FX book. I'll link that in the comments as well. And then if you're trading on MT4, that's a really good a position size calculator, like EA, whatever it's called, that I'm using in MT4. But those two sites, those two position calculator will work great. Let's go back to NCD USD. All right, so I think I've narrowed this down to 2 pairs, GBP AUD long and Euro GBP short. Those are the 2 pairs that if I enter anything today, those are the 2 trades I'm probably going to enter. All right, guys, it's getting pretty late for me, and I need to do some journaling and do some reviews of last week trades because I didn't really have time to do that this weekend. But hopefully you enjoyed, looking, watching me going through the charts and sharing with you my process of scanning the markets and finding setups and making a plan. So basically, we started from just a list, and then we refined that list into 6 coins, 6 pairs, and then why did you? This is a very good question. So why did you choose the method you use? So it's actually the process of looking at a lot of stuff, looking at a lot of stuff and trying a lot of different stuff and journaling, right? So every week I go through my journal, I look at what I did right and what I did wrong, and I try to continue doing what I do right and stop doing what I do wrong, right? So the one of the best ways of creating a trading system and a trading setup or whatever is by trial and error, right? So you you basically try new stuff, right? So first, what I did was I've used horizontal support and resistances and market structure. That's basically it. So I went long and break and retest of a horizontal level without any indicators, just price action. And then I added moving averages, right? So I added simple moving averages and exponential moving averages, and I then statistically went through everything to see which had the best impact on my trading, and I was left with the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200 EMA on all time frames. And then a couple of months later, I'm left with the 20 and 50 EMA on the daily and the 4 hour. And when that's done, I started experimenting with the monthly and the weekly open. Does that add any edge to my system? And I started taking trades where the weekly or the monthly open were confluent with the entry trigger. And I saw that when the weekly open was at the level I wanted to buy or take profit, it added a lot of profitability basically to my trading. So I continued doing that. And what I then did was I added the MACD, the stochastic RSI, and the RSI to see if I could find any confluences with the setups that were already going well. And I found that the most of the winners had good confluence with the stochastic RSI, and most of the losing trades did not. So that was definitely some edge in using the stochastic RSI, which increased my win rate. And that's basically where I am today. I'm using the 4 hour 20 and 50 EMA and the daily 20 and 50 EMA with the monthly and weekly open, as well as the stochastics RSI. And my so I would like to say that I have a good system. I have a good trading setup going. My win rate, like when everything goes well, I have a win rate of 70%, and when everything goes okay, I have a win rate of 50%. So I'm somewhere around 60%, which is, for me, that's very good because I'm taking swing trades, which is giving me risk to reward ratio of the trades above 2. So on the longer time scale, it's quite profitable. My next part of the trading system is not adding indicators and that kind of stuff. Now it's all about perfecting. Like my next step would be working towards the 1 hour to see if I can perfect entries based on the 1 hour, not only the 4 hour. But that's going to be later. What I'm looking at right now is perfecting my take profit strategy. Like how can I increase the profits, my overall profit, by making sure that I exit at the swing points, right? And I don't leave too much on the table or exit too early or exit too late. Like what can I do to make sure that I squeeze every single profit out of the trade? So that's what I'm working on right now, which has led me to an interesting discovery. And that was, I was very greedy before. So when taking trades, I looked at perhaps taking trades that was like 4R, 5R. But when going through my journal, I've noticed that only about 15% of my trades hit last TP, and about 70% hit TP2. So logically, I've started exiting fully at TP2 because 70% of my trades hit TP2. So I've removed TP3 and only focused on the area where I previously had TP2 and exit fully at that area. So that increased my profitability hugely. Like I went from being profitable to being like double the amount of profitable, which is crazy. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. By the way, look at your GBP. It closed that 1 hour candle bearishly. GPAD probably rallying as well. Not really, so I'm just waiting for that. But this is definitely shaping up to be a decent short right here. So I'm probably going to take that. We have a 4 hour candle closing in 2 hours as well. That, I mean, a good reaction of the 20 EMA 4 hours. So yeah, I probably want to short this. And yeah, this would be a swing trade that would probably take a couple of days to play out, maybe a week. Depends. I would definitely secure this position earlier. I've been trading. So I've been trading the Forex market for I don't know, 1.5 years. I've been profitable for at least 6 months. Like I've been I was, I mean, I've got profitable in 6 months. So I've been profitable in the Forex market for like 1 year, but it's not until 6 months ago where I really felt like I can, provide provide a decent income only trading Forex. So I'd say for 6 months I've been, professionally profitable trading Forex, and I've been trading crypto since 2017. So I've been actively trading crypto for 5 years, 4 years, 4 years. I had to do some math, but probably around. I've been trading for around 4 years, somewhere between 4 and 5 years. All right. Yeah, Edgewonk is the journal I'm using. Use that one. Very good, very good. But if you don't have the money to spend on Edgewonk, which is like $25 a month, you can have screenshots, and write that on screenshots. You just write whatever you want, and that's going to be your journal. Like here, for example, I can just type something like this, blah blah blah. I want to. I don't know, like just whatever, whatever. Just write whatever you like. Why do you want to take this trade? And then when you exit, you do the same thing. Why did you exit? And then look at like every weekend you look at trades and you take notes on what went well, what didn't go so well, and you keep improving on your strength and keep on being vigilant with your weaknesses, right? Because in trading, weaknesses are really your biggest strength, because your weaknesses will tell you what not to do, and when you know what not to do, it's much more easier to be profitable. So it's very weird most of us have been, through life, been conditioned to not like losing. Losers are bad. It's bad to lose, but in trading, it's part of everything. You need to lose. You can't be profitable without losing. Losing is just part of the game, and having losing trades is what will open up the possibility of having winning trades. So you need to embrace your losers, and you need to embrace the fact of like why did you lose, and you need to start asking those questions. It's absolutely crucial to be profitable as a trader. To really, you can't fear your losers. When you start feeling fear of losing trades, you're in trouble, because you need to embrace it. So when I had this loss on oil today, I was kind of, obviously like, that sucks. I lost money. That was the first trade of the week being a loser. That's not fun. Nobody likes losing money. But then I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I might have made a mistake here. So what was that mistake? Well, the mistake was not waiting for the perfect area, and the perfect area is this right here, the reload zone. So mistake here was not to wait for a hit of the perfect area and then wait for a nice rounded bottom here in the stochastics, and that's what I'm going to wait for the next trade, right? So it's just about being thankful for this loser, because it made me realize that I got in too early, and I need to think about that. So I'm going to take a Post-it note. I'm going to write, be patient, wait for the obvious level to get hit. I'm going to put that on my screen, and I know next time I look for a trade this week, this is what helped me be a winning trader this week, probably. So you could be thankful for this loser, because if this wouldn't have been a loser, I probably would have made this mistake sooner or later. All right, that's it. Next live I'm going to do is going to be on Sunday, most likely, around same time, probably around Sunday. So if you want to see more stuff like this, I'm probably just going to be doing the same stuff, going over my system and showing you what I'm looking at. So definitely tune in around the same time on Sunday if you want to see more. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for joining, and I will see you guys in the Bird Nest tomorrow. Right, take care. Of course, if you're a member of the Bird Nest, I'm hosting a webinar tomorrow as well, same time. All right, take care.